Alright, we are live, and yes, it is Boom Tycoon 2 yet again, because they've made updates, and we're doing some special stuff. So, let's get into it, and I'll tell you what we're doing.
Alright, let's do it. Let's get a Fortnite.
Alright, and we are in. Where are we? Oh, yeah, you see this little thing? Photo spot. Requires play as Fode. Yes, you can play as your Fode now. You can take over them and use them, and, run around as the Fode that you built. But first of all, we've got to get Shred. Oh, I have to show you this other very important thing that they've added to the game. Look at that, number 2. Unicorn Stabs, 238. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've made it on the leaderboard. See, I've had the past week off of work, so I've done some grinding, and you know, I can put the 238 where I was, right next to where I now am, and I've crept up a bit.
Holy shit, dude.
We're going for 300 is what we're doing. We're getting Rebirth 300.
This is Sparta!
Now, I don't know that anyone else has hit 300 yet. I mean, I don't presume to say that I'm about to be the very first. I have my starting resource amount. Also, another thing that we're doing, I've got 3 games to run through here to hit the 300. And you notice what my rebirth bonuses are all at 990%? Each of the 3 rebirths I'm about to hit is going to get those rebirth bonuses to 1,000.
Alright, let's fucking do this!
Oh, and I'm going to design some of my favorite Fodes for you. Since, you know, I've now made almost 300 of these things. This particular paint style, for each type of Fode, for each body shape, there's a unique paint that just goes on. It's a whole, you can't choose colors or anything. But I really like that, like, blue-based one for the grenade. But enough of that. We got history to make here.
So it begins.
So now, let's see. We're going to start this out with, you know, yes, I have all the paints unlocked and everything, but we're going to start off with my favorite, which is the arcade. We're going to do 3 games. We'll do 3 different paints. Now, let's get these hangout ones. And yes, I am just blowing through these at high speed. And obviously, if you want to see more detailed ones, I've got insert TNT garden here. I do have more detailed walkthroughs of this game that I have played in previous videos. If I don't put a link in the description, then obviously you can just go search my channel. They're there. I've got a number of Boom Tycoon videos. Alright, let's drill a couple of these guys.
Praising.
This is all about hitting that 300 mark, though. Don't worry, that Fode's going to be adorable when I'm done. Alright, we got daily rewards. I already got mine today, so that's not a thing to think about. Got this. This archaic feature that I haven't touched in, like, 150 rebirths. You reach a point where most of the grinding is kind of unnecessary because your passive bonuses really give you all that you need. With the lone exception, of course, of the TNT. What I would not give for a pet in this game that gives you 3x TNT. Now, of course, you reach a point where there's only so fast you can go through the game. I grab what I need at the very beginning, and then I'm off and running, and the passive amounts do everything else. They do all the heavy lifting for me. But you still have to physically go through and unlock all the stuff. There comes a point where you go through the game just like as fast as you can, and there's just no faster that you can go.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
The only thing that would increase my speed running through this game at this point is a faster TNT multiplier, because it's the only thing I have to stop and harvest from time to time. I think a 3x TNT would solve that issue. Anyway, I'm playing in a private game right now, which is, believe it or not, something I haven't done for quite a few run-throughs. I've been playing in public games. If I find myself with other people that are, like, lower on the Rebirth totem pole, so to speak, and they're, like, friendly and say hi or whatever, I will, you know, give them stuff. I do love this mouth. It's pretty much my default mouth. And I love those glasses, too. They're so sparkly. It's fantastic. But yeah, if I get people that are, you know, low on the... don't have a whole lot of rebirths, I'll give them... particularly the wings. I like to get them the wings, and then I'll also go over and unlock the secret vault. Up on top of the mountain. The one that you need 50 rebirths to open. It's the whole community thing. Alright, where's my TNT at? Alright, my TNT's in pretty good shape so far. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of, you know, as well, especially because you can't PvP in this game. So you don't have to worry about people really, you can't really get griefed too much. I have come across, like, 1 or 2 people that have had, like, 0 rebirths and clearly, like, are just messing around in the game. And they've tried to grief and looked kind of disappointed that their weapons don't affect me, but that's neither here nor there. Goodbye, Bob. I mean, it's one of the things I've always loved about Fortnite in general, is the community of it. I remember back in the day, I think it was the season where we had the fort bites, because I think the challenge was you would get a fort bite if you did it. There was one particular challenge where you needed 5 people involved. And it was a setup where there were like 5 places that you had to stand in like this little square. And you'd have 4 people standing in the corners, and then the person in the middle could grab the fort bite when it appeared. And I remember, this was before I even used bot lobbies, I remember doing that in a Team Rumble game. And it was all just people that had, you know, we were on different teams, we were, you know, opponents, it didn't matter. You know, we just all kind of, alright, we're all going to stand on our spot and, you know, and switch off and let the person in the middle get it. I mean, there's always griefers, but I think more often than not, at least back in the day, you would find people who were helpful. A lot of times, you know, you'd be just playing the game and doing something, and you'd see somebody doing something that you recognize as like, oh, that person's trying to get a challenge, you know, and then you just leave them alone. They're like, that person's just trying to get a challenge, you know? Oh, here's the point where I actually have to wait for my resources to catch up, but not that long. Oh yeah, gotta give him the nice blue shoes. Goes with his whole look. Yeah, I'm a big challenge hunter, and the sweaty combat was never my thing, but getting the challenges, grinding that stuff out has always been my my cup of tea. Alright, we can finally get the TNT up to 100% running. Well, 100% speed, I should say. Let's get this guy out of here. Definitely want to get your gears. Now here's the thing. I got to grind up to about 2.2... well, 2,200 gears to finish out the rest of this playthrough. So, I'm going to grind this, and be back in a minute.
Why is there so much balls?
Alright, and we are back. And I have no idea what cutaway I might have used there, so hopefully whatever it was, you enjoyed it. I'm just running around, getting, as I like to call them, my loose ends. 2 little diamond things. It's all XP, after all. And I still don't have quite enough TNT to finish everything, but I can at least clear this, clear the CEO suite. But like I was saying before, that old school Fortnite, like that Chapter 1 Fortnite, there was just something special about that. Chapter 1 Fortnite was just something special. I've done this so many times, and like, you ever do something repeated, like, over and over and over, automatic, and it becomes automatic for your brain, but then you reach a point where you start to think about what you're doing and it screws you all up? That's where I'm getting with this game. In Chapter 1, we could never imagine what Fortnite would look like, you know, what it would become and, like, what it is today. I mean, I'm glad I was there for the half of Chapter 1 that I was there for. I started playing at Chapter 1 Season 5, so I was there for the early stuff. Alright, what's the fode's name? He looks like Turbo Bomber, doesn't he? That's a good fit for him. All right, I might as well grab my core while I'm here too, and I am of course using the Rainbow Star Core, whatever you want to call it, the one you need 200 rebirths to unlock. In fact, since I have unlocked this thing, I have not used another core. Rebirths 1 through 199, I always mixed and matched which core I used. Since I have unlocked that one, so for the last 97 games straight, I have used the same core. So apparently it's a good one. Alright, I need 1850 TNT to deal with those vaults, so that won't take long.
Why is there so much balls in here?
Alright, that's plenty. I'm close enough. I'll get there. Alright, so I can hit these. Let's set off a bunch of explosions. Because explosions are awesome. Grab our gears. And I know, I've got over 200,000 gears and nothing to spend them on. But you know what? At one point I had 165,000 gears with nothing to spend them on, and thought to myself, at some point they're going to make a game update where we have to spend these gears. And that's exactly what they did. And then I went on a shopping spree and bought basically everything. Now, before we do this rebirth thing, we got to do this. We are now the Fode. And these things have a pretty good jump. Like, if you just tap, you get a normal jump. But if you hold the jump button, you get a pretty good jump. There's not much else you can do. Like, you can't... Like, I can switch stuff, and you can't really, like, emote. But, you can do this. Hit the photo spot. And you get a cool shot. And I don't need to worry about doing a screenshot because I can just screenshot the video. Anyway, that's really all you can do with that. It's something fun and different to do, and then you sprint to turn it off. And now we're going to rebirth. $298. And there it is, my first rebirth bonus. The cash one is now at 1,000%.
Holy shit, dude.
Remember when I only had 238 rebirths? Let's claim our land, because we're going right into it. Get our Foxy, and then let's just fly over. Yeah, so I've been handing out the wings to people who are, Oh, wait. Before I get into that, this is why I have... Now, you notice I didn't grab the instant reload guy. It's because I've been using this gun, and it reloads so fast, you don't really need instant reload. And, of course, at this point, you really want to just focus on the white ones. You don't need much in the way of cash. But you want to have enough to buy... I like to have enough to buy all the tech bit things on the first floor before I even get up to where you start generating the tech bits, so I really just focus on the white dudes. I mean, kill all the white dudes, basically, which is something you really can't say anywhere else without getting canceled. Oh, and you may notice these things are giving me, like, 54,000 bits per, tech bits per kill. So I only need to kill about 30-something of them, because I take this up to about 1.8 million.
A few moments later.
Alright, I like to get my cash to that, about 100,000. Alright. Yeah, which Fode do I want to make this? Because I figure I'll do the full gold one for the last one, because it seems fitting. You want to, it's almost like you want to make a ceremony out of it. For this one, I'm going to do one of my cute little ones. I like the round dude. I've done some fun stuff with the round one. I made like a Timu Mike Wazowski once out of it. That was kind of fun. Okay, we got his base isn't showing up, but that's okay. I like this design, but I don't use this color for this one. I like going with the black and yellow. Cause that's a vibe. And you'll see as we get it as we get them all put together. But for now we're back to sprinting through these little circles on the floor, and yeah, it's been fun playing with other people in this. I get people come over and like waving and congratulating me because of like rebirth levels high or whatever. But all right, what are we gonna do here? You know what? Let's go skulls. I'll use the skulls. It's a little darker, but my fode's kind of dark, so it fits. A couple of people tracked me down on my YouTube channel here. This is my YouTube channel. This is what I'm recording this for. I had one dude who just straight up found one of my videos and thanked me for the wings. I particularly like giving the wings because the wings are so helpful when you're exploring the island. I mean, obviously there's other mobility things. You've got the drill, you've got the sword, but if you're going the whole island and like looking around and trying to find things or explore things, the wings are just, to me, they're just the way to go. Now, I have actually been playing Battle Royale too. I mean, it's not completely Boom Tycoon, but however, I haven't been recording much Battle Royale because most of the Battle Royale I play right now, I play with my son. You know, he lives on the, I mean, he's an adult now, but he lives on the other side of the country from me. So a lot of times when we're playing Fortnite is kind of like our time that we talk to each other, catch up with each other, talk about what's going on in each other's lives, stuff like that. So that's not really something I'd want to on a stream. It's my father-son time. All right. Yeah. See, this is why I go up to the 1.8 million, because there's an awful lot of stuff that we buy using the tech bits that, you know, we have no passive tech bit earnings yet. So you need enough to buy everything. I like to get myself enough to unlock everything that's on the first floor, and then enough to kind of blow through this first conveyor belt creation. And then my passive bonuses do the rest of the work. Alright, let's get this dude some eyes. I like to give him the cool glasses. I actually rarely use the actual eyes, although I have made some creepy looking zombie things with them. Alright, and same mouth. I almost never use a different mouth. I mean, look at that dude. Looks fantastic. Alright, let's get here. Get rid of, I don't know what's going on with the desk. Kind of blinking a little bit. Today was actually the final day of my vacation from work. I have to go back into the office tomorrow, and it's an early day, and yeah, all that fun stuff. I mean, I'm only in the office half the day. I mean, I primarily work from home, but after a week off, it's like I don't want to go back to work. I took a week off because it was my my daughter's graduation from middle school and Father's Day last weekend, so I took some time off of work so her weekend with me could be extended, and that was fun too. In fact, Fortnite has been instrumental in kind of keeping the relationship between my my son and my daughter. You know, it's really brought them together. My son lives on the other side of the country. My daughter lives over here with me. And now my son, being on the other side of the country, obviously doesn't get to visit a lot. And the last time he came out to visit, my daughter was just basically a toddler. So she doesn't even have any memory of them meeting. However, since we all have Fortnite accounts, for quite a few years, there was a period there where we were doing Fortnite, the three of us. And as she was getting older and, you know, developing her own personality and that sort of thing, the two of them got to chat and talk all the time. I mean, she doesn't do Fortnite as much anymore, but that relationship has remained. So, you know, they keep in touch, and that connection really became the foundation of their, you know, brother-sister relationship. So that's kind of a wholesome story for you. Now we have something interesting coming up here. Not the grappler. All right, we got to check the vault. Now, I know you're thinking, wait, don't you usually wait until the very end? But when you rebirth and continue on immediately without leaving the game, some interesting things happen sometime. You see the way those vault doors are open? Sometimes these vault doors just aren't there. And that, get out of my way, dude. And that is the case right now, which is awesome. That saves a ton of grinding time. Still have to do a little bit. We need about 1.8 now. Actually, not even that. We got to go up to 1.5. That'll do it. Because whatever those vaults are doing, the one in the CEO suite will be doing the same thing. So now I already have the gears out of those vaults, and I don't need to worry about blowing up extra stuff. See, now I've got the 850, so it's going to put me a little under the 1,000. But by the time I clear this level, I should be right back to the 1,000 for the final statue. And I won't need to use 350 on the vault because this vault door will be open. See? Wide open. Now, sometimes you don't see the door, but, like, it's invisible, so the door's still there, you just can't see it. And that, you still need the TNT to open it normally, but in this case, yeah, the door's just completely not there. Will it be that way in the next game? I can't say for sure. And see what I tell you, we're already up over the 1K we need for this, so kaboom. Alright. I gotta hit my emote. I know it's copyrighted, but that's the emote I hit when I do this, because it just feels so wonderfully celebratory. Oh, I forgot to exercise him. Alright, get your exercise in. See, and I don't need to do anything else. I've already got the vault, so we're ready to roll. What's his name? Turbo Noodle. I mean, his tongue actually looks exactly like a noodle. I could rebirth, but I want to do this again. I want to run over to the photo op thing. I saw the words Turbo Noodle way up in the sky. As well as the core. You see those at the top of the screen there? His core and his name are way up there. Alright, Turbo Noodle. Off you go. That's $2.99. And there's the fort bytes have hit 1,000 tech bits. You know what I mean. Let's go claim us the land. This is it. This is Rebirth 300 coming up.
This is Sparta!
I think I mentioned earlier I'm recording this later than I had originally planned to. Oh yeah, this is another glitch that happens sometimes. You'll get the wall, you have to have 5 rebirths to come through here. And I do, so I can just run through it. But it's weird, it shows up sometimes. Let me shoot these guys, and I'll talk to you in a minute.
Dirty, dirty things on the internet.
Alright, we're done with this. Now, like I was saying, I'm doing this later than anticipated by a couple hours, because for whatever reason, and I still have no idea why, this game, this one game, not Fortnite, but Boom Tycoon 2, would not load for me today. Like, it went through a period of a couple hours where every time I would try to load into Boom Tycoon 2, it would basically just poop out. And while it was trying to connect, it would say, you know, found match, it would say trying to connect, and then it would just boot me back to the lobby and say network connection lost. All right, should I do the main? I mean, I did the big fold before. So let's do the next one down. You know what? Let's use the OG grenade. But we'll make him, well, no, I did him this, you know what? I'm too indecisive about this. I'm just going to use this one. Because why not? Alright, oh, I'm going to hit this. Paint. Oh, the desk is gone. That happens sometimes. Alright, we got to make him gold, though. Yeah, for whatever reason, Boom Tycoon 2 would not load for me. And it kept kicking me out every time I tried to get into the game. Not kicking me out of Fortnite, just kicking me back to the lobby. And every other Fortnite mode worked absolutely fine. Like, there was no problems with any other game, other creative matches, even other tycoons. Not a problem. Just Boom Tycoon 2. And I kind of suspect it was Fortnite's way of saying to me, dude, you need to stop. Just stop, dude.
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, I gotta go with the gold. Because it's kind of the whole thing that we're doing here. Wait a minute. Give me that. These guys, I have noticed, sometimes they have collision where you can bump into them, and sometimes they don't. They stand so close to you sometimes. I don't know. Now, we may or may not have the same thing with the vaults this time. I could not say for sure, but I don't bother check till I've got diamonds anyway, and I've got all the TNT up. Because that's when I would need to harvest, if I needed to harvest. To roll. Alright, now when we upgrade this, we should get our table back. Yeah. The more rebirths you do in the same session, you're apt to get a few little glitchy things. I mean, not game-breaking, just things that, you know, don't show up or do show up, or... The only glitch this game had, I found that really was an issue that needed a better workaround, was when the diamond boxy wasn't showing up. But in their last update, they definitely fixed that, because I have not had a problem with that since the last update. So yeah, I lost a couple hours of grinding time this afternoon, and I was just about to go open a help ticket for, like, technical issues. And then I tried it one more time. Like, okay, just make sure it's still down, and then it connected fine. So, I don't know what the problem was, but I will accept problem disappears as a solution. And it's been fine since. What eyes are we giving this guy? Oh, we're giving the good ones. My favorite ones. You know, I'll say this. When you use the, you notice the mouths change depending on the paint job of your food. I'm not a huge fan of that greenish color they use on the gold clothes. I mean, I'm not sure what color would be better if they would, you know, they maybe go with something darker like a black or something, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of that green color. But that's just me. Bye, Bob. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know that I'll be officially, like, the very first person to hit 300. But I'm definitely one of them. It's a small group, and I'm a part of it. Hey, did I get everything on this? Got that. Got that. Just one quick... I feel like I missed something, but I guess I didn't. Alright, never mind. Alright, let's get this dude some shoes. Let's give him let's give him the robot ones. He's got kind of a robotic look. I don't know. Not the best photo I've ever made. And now we check our vaults. Alright, I don't see any doors. Are they invisible? Nope. Yeah, your pet sometimes pins you in the vaults. Although, if your pet does pin you in the vault, You just do this. You can yeet the pets with the sword. They don't mind. It doesn't hurt them. Oh, this dude. I love this dude. TNT Sprouts feeling the vibe. One of my favorite things that he says is he tried growing cucumbers once, but they didn't detonate. What's the point? And I'm like, you know, that's valid. What's the point if it doesn't explode, right? Speaking of explode. Let's get this 300th CEO suite built. Yeah, when I'm playing with people who have you know, a lot less rebirths, I'll often take the vault key to that and go open the vault on the hill for them. I've had a couple of people be very excited about that. Again, to me, it's the wings. Like, I wish I could have gotten the wings earlier. They're so good and helpful for exploring the island, which I think I already said, but it's getting late, and I'm tired, and I still have a couple things I gotta do before I get ready for work in the morning. But the most important is getting to 300 rebirths. I've been determined to hit this by the end of my vacation, and that's why I'm staying up later than I should doing this. Oh, I gotta hit my emote. Well, let's get this dude's name first. Nuclear Pickle. You know, he's not the greatest vote I've made. But he's kind of unique looking, and that fits the 300 theme. Alright, and obviously we're using the same one. Alright. Oh, we got the explosion glitch. See, we basically have the explosion pre-happening over in this side of the... Oh, that's very bright and flashy. Light sensitivity warning there. Yeah, that happens sometimes. One of those visual things. Anyway, I was going to check something else, but I don't need to right now. This is the moment we have all been waiting for. Let's hit this button and get that 300th rebirth.
This is Sparta!
I mean, people might think I'm a little over-obsessed with the game, but...
Stop it. Get some help.
Like, how can you play the same thing over and over and over again? Well, it's not exactly the same. It's every time you play the game, every time you rebirth, you get those percentage rebirth bonuses, and the game gets a little more and a little more and a little more efficient. And now, if we could just get a 3x TNT pet, I mean, it's right here. There's a blank spot right here. Or, you know, maybe I'll just be the last pet. It's fun. This is where I get my dopamine. The world is a mess. I enjoy doing this. I'll stop playing it when it stops being fun. 300 rebirths, that was it. I made it. And on to the next thing.